because you are putting some substrate not sensitive, it's a sensor, and you are putting the thin layer of nanoparticles, silver nanoparticle, gold nanoparticle or something else. It becomes a remarkable sensor. So this is a good science. So it was developed by Gajendra in CUG, and further this is like this. No? And another his research, we were very surprised to answer. We were not able in fact to answer. What is the reason? What is the reason? He microwave oven, he took this platinum compound and glycerol and PBP and gave the this microwave certain RPM at 280 volt. Am I right? When he just for 2-3 minutes only. Then initially there was no that black substance, but after some time we got a black substance. Black substance is the color of the 100% pure platinum. So we were surprised how this platinum is formed. Sir, again we also did not patent. It was also patentable item by all the things, process and product, everything. But we could not patent. So sir, we got this thing 100% pure, but we were not able to understand the inner science. What is the inner science? Why is it like this? So ultimately we tried, we struggled for 2 years, sir. And after that we found that see, it is coming, free radicals are formed, these two free radicals are formed in dimer, it is stable compound, and here this H comes, free radical gives electrons, and when this is dissociated, then this electron again becomes, reduces this platinum, so platinum compounds are formed. 100% remarkable. 20 nanometer size. So these are the remarkable things where we could go ahead and sir, another research, if we take, I say sir, and my question maybe to you, rather you ask question because I am not in position to answer. So what happened, suppose we have taken madam HCl and dissolved same normality, same amount of HCl, hydrochloric acid, and same amount of H2SO4, same amount of H3PO4, and when we took the this DLS analysis, madam, we were shocked to see that the size of this H24 is larger than the H3PO4. Nanoparticles, nano size of the H2SO4 is larger than the H3PO4. We were not able to find the answer. And sir, while we thought it should be HCl, H2SO4, then H3PO4. It should be like this, but it is reverse, Nitin sir. So what we thought, that we found an interesting mechanism. See here, SO, this double bond here, and very far away, like this, at 180 pi. This oxide or this oxide independently collecting, hydrating with the oppositely charge of the water and making larger hydration sphere. No hindrance, freely. But when it is there, H3PO4, because H3PO4, 3 oxygen, OH, 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 and H is gone on dissociation. Then O minus, O minus, O minus matter. So they are coming at some periphery, and this only at 90 angle O. So this O, we can say that it is double bond and may not be so active, but they are active. So what happens? The charge is coming nearby, so it is putting repulsion. When it is putting repulsion, then adequate number of water are not being attached to this, so size is reduced. So it was a very interesting science, sir, which we observed. Do you think it is not good? So, and HCl further size larger. So, sir has already explained. I will, sir, touch only the science. I will not go novelty, this non-obviousness and all. So, now my patent service meter is coming. How patent is granted? I have gone through the whole process, whatever in the morning exercise was conducted. I have already gone the whole process. Concept was service meter and patented, commercialized everything. And sir, and I also one year objections, serious objections. I was afraid also during that time. My God, if someone objects in writing, I will be nowhere. So thanks God, everything was peaceful. So what happened that this service meter, what is this service meter concept, sir? And how this service meter concept came in the existence? Simple exercise we were doing, madam, and in the laboratory. So exercise started since, suppose it is a water sample. It is a water sample. When we are subjecting this to different methods, its property does not change except the expression of different properties. There are two forces, adhesive forces and cohesive forces. So when it is flown through the capillary continuity in continuum flow, that time not a expression of cohesive forces, it's a frictional forces. Am I right, sir? Cohesive frictional forces when it is continuously flowing from top to that sample. But when in between there is a cut, it is cut, a cut is made, then what happens? Then friction, there is no opportunity for friction, somewhere it will hang. When it will hang, then adhesive forces will be developed. So it was the science, and people keep measuring things together, separately. We thought, why we should not make a best use of this thing, sir? So ultimately what happened, so we tried. There were other things also, because there is a short time, that's why I am not able to tell you other things. So ultimately we thought, why we should not be, we should not try. But we should try. Oh no, the scientists are not fool. Since centuries things are being measured separately, this and that. So daring should be essential. If I am not daring, I am nowhere. My novelty may be in my pocket. My novelty will be in my pocket, and whole life I will be in my pocket only. It will not go to the public. Though pocket or public start with P. Both start with P, but it is pocket and it is public. So daring should be essential. If Dave sir says that Professor Man Singh, you are a mental, I should immediately offer a flower to him. No, it's fact. We should have to develop that thing. Immediately we should offer the flower to him. Because he is saying, do something more reasoning. At this stage you are fool. So go for, we should take positively. So sir, that is essential. That thinking is also essential. So what happened? We tried this, sir. And when we tried, it is shear, you know that time, blood also shear and all. So when we tried, and because there were, it's basically name is SUR stand for surface, madam. And VIS stand for this viscosity related properties. And meta is common. And so that's why this is the nomenclature size. Its nomenclature is also new. Initially that the way that sir was speaking, that initially small idea but later on grows. So it now grown in a big way. Initially it was only surface tension viscosity, but it grown in a big way. And now the important question may come, that how it is novel and how the patent is granted. When we were in the morning we are speaking novelty, non-obvious net, new state of art, this and that, and that's why that patent granted. So the important thing is that if we see this structure, we see as a quadrupolar structure here, and one outlet, another outlet, third outlet, fourth outlet. So somewhere in between, that the virtual center of gravity. In other things, there was no concept of virtual center of gravity. Virtual center of gravity is controlling the accuracy, controlling the reproducibility, because these are very important when you talk about product, process, okay, but when we talk about product, then the reproducibility and the resolution and the reproducibility and resolution and this thing, accuracy, these are the very important parameters. So we found that this thing, when sample is taken here, and this is the sample is permitted to flow from this side, it is cut off, and here it is jacketed. When it is jacketed, another situation with the volatile liquid, carcinogenous liquids, when till date there is no any method which can measure the surface tension of volatile, because for Wilhelmy plate or other things, there are examples are there. No? Here, this is a Wilhelmy plate. I have made measurements in Kyoto University, more than thousands of measurements just to check. So we assume here that when this Wilhelmi plate, this platinum iridium made plate, and every time we have to clean it with the split lamp, to get it dry with split lamp and add ethanol and all, it's a big trouble. And when this surface comes like this, the basically this Wilhelmi plate, the assumption was that the contact angle will be 0. So when you are putting it like this and putting like this and doing like this, do you think a contact, it is a 90 angle? No, contact angle is never 0. So this was the another noble point, that in case of Wilhelmi plate, which is already established, that is not good, and our device is good, because there is no concept of contact angle. This is contact angle is different situation, but this has challenged. So and similarly, this is this Lecomte was the scientist, Pierre Lecomte was the scientist concept, but we challenge this, sir. The way, sir, we challenge this theory, his theory, and our theory was accepted over his theory, and that's why patent is granted. It's a not Indian, Singapore patent. So when we challenge this, then it was granted. He said, no, it is wrong, and the present device is excellent. So he was a French scientist, and then this was the basic. See, the sample is kept here in all Wilhelmi plate and all. But here I already told you it is jacketed. So you can take a volatile. This is unfit for volatile, but our device is 100% fit for volatile liquids and all. The sample is kept here like this. The sample is kept. It is completely jacketed. It's the model which Borosil is selling. So it is, sir, completely no objection came. However, first observation was very serious. Many things were quoted. This device is already serving or already measuring this thing. How come it is novel over them? And sir, so many serious objections came. Then when we answered one by one, sir was talking apple to apple. One this, okay this, one this, okay this, one this. Then, sir, no one stood against this. And then patent was granted. A serious objection, because it was not in India, it was in Singapore. So that's why it was a little bit difficult. And now we are trying, sir, it is version going on still for digital, but let us hope. And these are the industries where the way, sir, it is affecting. Because these physico-chemical parameters are very, very important for so many things. And you can easily understand, pharmaceutical, cosmetics, protein unfolding, soap and detergent, and so many things. So, and sir, sir, similarly, we already know Lister, and how he came to know about that invention, the phenol could be used as antiseptic. He was making some aromatic compounds, and sir, suddenly it's a waste product. Phenine, its name is phenine. So he thought there is just some irritation. Then if there is just some germs could be killed. So it was the first antiseptic in the world, phenine. First antiseptic in the world. So that concept started. Lister was the basically scientist, and later on the patent was also granted to this. GI, I have already, sir, has these are ministries which are involved. We already know, sir. Commerce Ministry involved, MHR involved, so many ministries are involved. Department of Science and Technology involved. Patent business is a very serious business, so many industries are involved. Now I am talking about this, the fundamental physico-chemical quantities control. Sir, if we see this thing, accuracy and resolution, and this thing, reproducibility of our device service meter, so we can easily see the surface tension up to this extent, and interfacial tension up to this extent, wettability up to this extent, surface area, viscosity, activation energy, 7-8 parameters are determined to the very high level. So it is green technology, not this thing that individually you are putting samples. However, that little bit skillness is required. because Abhishek was doing experiment, and for 3-4 days he was doing. When he started, then he after 3-4 days reported to me, sir, that data are not being reproduced. What is the reason? I told, sir, how you are taking sample and how you are measuring? Then he told me, I am doing this thing, surfactant. Then I told, no sir, air is entered, aerated, do this thing. Then he found the accuracy. So because initially I was very cautious. Na? Inventors are very cautious, though they do not show the anxiety, but it is inside, it is there. Oh, something may be wrong. Let us see. So that was the reason, sir. Because if there is a air sample is aerated, then air will also give its own effect. You are thinking it's a sample, but something has also entered. That's the point. So that purity is a very important. And these are the parameters, madam, where we can divide this thing. And it's a data limit, measuring limitations also, up to from this to this.